Okay, so what is to jag somebody? It is to kill you in a movie, make it look like a movie, but you're getting yours. Usually, it's sort of like I did commit this offense. I'll get jagged. I won't remember it. It might take a little time to recover. I'll accept that rather than jail time or death. So they do it. And unfortunately, the residents of upstate New York, probably also Vermont, Massachusetts, and I hear it's even spread out to Ohio, so it's probably been spread out to all over the place, are being jagged. Um, they're using the heavenly realms to set up, make it look like a movie, but really they're getting theirs. And unfortunately, it could be about anything. There is no core regulating it anymore. So I wanted to look up, do we have a JAG core here? And is it aware of this jagging thing that we're all getting done to us? And so what does JAG stand for? Kind of a moot point if everything's backwards. And I don't know why, because live video is backwards. So judge, advocate, general. I did my homework. Judge, advocate, general is JAG core. What is our local JAG core? The Albany, New York JAG core, at the time of my internet investigation, was run by a man named Vice Admiral Del Crandall and Carlton Moore. Vice Admiral Del Crandall is seated, poised in his uniform, and that is when I realized for years the Father and Jesus, he's been saying, well, the Father, really, don't thwart the Father's name. So the Father and Jesus, his statement to me was the U.S. Navy is corrupt and needs to be disbanded. So I looked up the U.S. Navy. It is vast. It is so vast. It's like Moses taking on Pharaoh. So let's start with JAG core. Obviously, we're being jagged. Maybe if we get rid of JAG core, and maybe JAG core starts investigating jaggings through staycations and making things look like a movie when it isn't. And the thing is, the real JAG on TV was cut down because a lot of former soldiers are like, that looked real. I've seen these type of things and it looks real. You're really doing this. So they were like, let's just close up this TV show where there's no more JAG on TV because it was looking too realistic. And so we might have to investigate the makers of that show again to see if they're not cropping up here in a Mike Pence's lawless construct. Like, see if they'll reoffend. And here's a bunch of innocent victims. So ultimately, these people that want to see if people are going to reoffend are the new highest, most wanted, and then on down from there. Even the people that reoffend are beneath the people that want to see if they'll reoffend. And it could be anybody. It could be anybody that has acquired the ability to put people in the position to either make a decision to walk away from it. Sometimes it's like, Judgment Day's here. You can either reoffend or die. And so they're like, I had to. Devil made me do it. So here I said, well, what did I notice about Vice Admiral Del Crandall's appearance? He's got the Eagle in Flight pin right on his lapel or whatever thing. Jesus was saying, the Father and Jesus was saying, the eagle in flight is like that. Its wings are flat out, its feet are tucked in. It's soaring. It's a misrepresentation, a perversion, the gray of soaring on wings like eagles. Always remember this, because I had a perception illness and I still do at times. But remember, your perception is off. If you accidentally liken Jesus to evil, your perception is off. You just have to get back on track in trusting God and understanding the nature of Jesus is never, it's not to hug you with a sinister smile behind your back or to do that. He doesn't have that in him. And so it's always that the devil's trying to pervert the good. And so he does that by confusing people. The eagle in flight is mentioned in the book of the Revelation of Jesus Christ. And his wings are flat out and his feet are tucked in. Right now, that is the U.S. Navy, in particular, JAG CORP. So I wanted to know more in particular about Vice Admiral Del Crandall, and I still would like to do more research on Carlton Moore, who their credentials seem to check out, but they could have a special status where their ID in a general search looks legit. But really, I'm kind of noticing that a lot of our IDs, even my own, might be in that general pool that checks out, but really they're up for grabs. All our IDs are up for grabs. Well, that's another investigation, like a sideways one. I'm like, oh, here's another thing, and another thing, and another thing, and it just goes from there. So Del Crandall was rumored to be affiliated with the group QAnon. QAnon is not Narcanon, Al-Anon, or anything anon other than Paddock calls. When shall we three meet again in thunder, lightning, or rain? Ah, when the hell is on, when the battle on. QAnon. What is QAnon? QAnon is known to people as they don't just diddle children; they get rid of the evidence. There's never going to be a witness. There's never going to be an embarrassing time or a shameful court case because they consume the child afterwards, usually when they're done playing around with them. That is what is rumored about QAnon. So Vice Admiral Del Crandall is rumored to be affiliated with the group QAnon, what they call pizza parties and pajama parties and sick stuff. Carlton Moore, I'm like, I don't know. Okay, well, see, he's a real person too. Okay, well, he's involved in that too. And this man was telling me only like a month earlier, he's like, this 666 thing is really out of whack. I don't know why people are afraid of it. I don't know either. And he was, but he was more of like a badass about it. He's just like, no, actually, 666 is really 999, which is a representative of a melanated man. And we went on to talk a little bit more, and then he was, but I practice the Muslim faith, I think he said. And he's like, and I'm like, oh, this and that. And we shared stories, and he's like, no, but I do for myself just fine. And he showed me pictures of himself, and he could have qualified for Mr. Universe. He was a bodybuilder, but that's just something he did. Very accomplished when he put his mind to it. But he said it's really the number of a melanated man, and it's actually 999. I hope I haven't upset you. I said, no, you haven't upset me. because I realized, could it be that for every 666 there is a 999? Because Vice Admiral Del Crandall, I'll just quote it, is a white man and Carlton Moore is a black man. And they might even be like, well, this is how lighthearted we can get. You didn't want to be discriminated against. So, here you go. So, I did as much as I could on that one. And I tried to report all of this to the FBI, but I can't tell you what happened there. Because that was even, I was stuck in the land of symbols. I had to go up to Mount Hope Drive, and Hope is my middle name, and Hope Esperanza Promotions and Hope Esperanza Productions couldn't foresee what would happen. Upon my arrival, I dropped my mirror. My mirror shattered in pieces all over this asphalt. Then I had to pick up. I'm so sorry, sir. That's all right. Come on in, leave it. We'll pick it up. So I amused myself too. But when I said I work for laughs, it must have been when the time when my contract was being drawn up, because that's all I get. You can hear the various different types of laughs that are coming through me. I know I have fans out there. I know I have made people laugh. You can't say I have made $0 on it. That's another gripe for another video. That is good therapy. I highly recommend it. It was like blah 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 blah, and then boom, you get to knock it down. And also, I can say this tablet, this ONN is right on, because I have knocked its ass down like 3 or 4 times already. I, it's not even one bit beat up. It's a pretty good product. So there's my products promotion.